Cold tonight, so let's warm you up with a bit of football. Yes, we'll have Tony Shaw's record-breaking day against Footscray at the Western Oval, and also the game between Hawthorn and North Melbourne. And that's our first game for replay tonight. Third and fourth on the ladder. They're a fair way behind the two runaway leaders, Carlton and the West Coast Eagles. And this is how it stood at quarter time, with the early lead to North Melbourne. At half-time, 6 goals, 6-42 to 5 goals, 3-33. So not much in it. 9 points the margin. We're going to pick it up in the third quarter with just under 9 minutes remaining. At this stage, North leading by 17 points. And in commentary are Peter Landy, Peter McKenna and Bernie Quinlan.
9-56 the scoreboard, and Dunstall only has one. Carey over the top. Clatton went without it. Leaves it for Lawrence. Good hand pass. Graham did well. On to Tallis. Late inclusion in the side today for Condon. Badly directed kick, fairly. Crawford, one of Hawthorn's best midfielders today. Hargraves gives it back to him. Allen chips it wide, looking for Platten. No, he hasn't taken the mark. Right, good pressure. Holding the ball, is it? No.
Oh, gee, they had a chance there, Hawthorn, didn't they?
Bad mistake.
Through Crawford and Hargraves, a couple of ordinary hand passes. In the end, they had a chance. Here's his hand pass, the first hand pass at the feet of Hargraves, and one, he returns a favour at the feet of Crawford. And Platten had the chance. He should have taken that mark.
It was a great tackle by Anthony Rott. Still in Hawthorn's zone. Once again, Shane Crawford. You'll have to be quick, and he is. Brushes the tackle, goes at goal.
Going too far, he said.
So no score, and a free kick to North.
Well, the umpire there, Grant Vernon, a former Western Australian, now living in Melbourne.
That is technical. The kid's trying his heart out to get towards goal, and he's gone a centimetre too far. David King. Across that round, North Melbourne have got all the answers at the moment. Ross Smith, centre wing. Crocker. They look dangerous, North Melbourne. Crocker on the left boot. Carey's going to fly. Punched away by Langford. Still Carey. Oh, he's given it straight to Jarman. Jarman in that cool, casual manner of so typical of him. On to Allen. Allen into Deer. He's the bloke they need firing too. Now, Paul Deer. Oh, he centres it. Oh, that is shocking play by Deer. Disgraceful skill error. Ashenka, he's gone backwards, Deer, to the centre of the ground. They've lost the ball. Here's Crocker. Well played, John Platten. Soccers it off the ground. Around the boundary line. Deer. Crocker.
Oh, what is going on? The skill level at the moment has just deteriorated rapidly.
Allen into Dunstall. Can he use his body? Yes, he can. That was better play because they got it to him and he was one out.
Yeah, well, there's just a lot of mistakes made over the outer wing. Players just fumbling the ball, not using it very well at all. There's a cut from Ben Allen, long and direct into the forward line. That's what they must do.
Skill-wise, the first half was better, wasn't it?
Dunstall for his second. Kicks. It starts to float back. His goal. The Hawks hanging in there. 45 plays 56.
Yeah, well, they're not out of it by any means. As we know, modern football can turn around very quickly. There's a kick from Ben Allen again into the forward line. Long, high and direct. And two of the strongest players in the AFL playing on each other there. And a great finish by Jason Dunstall. Magnificent full forward.
Dunstall, Gowers and Hargraves, all 2 goals now for Hawthorn. The difference once more back to 11 points in North Melbourne's favour. Platten just about threw it to himself, then gets ridden into the ground. Deer comes away with the football.
Advantage play.
On to Jarman. Dunstall. And Mickey Martin making sure that he wasn't going to get away the quick pass.
Dunstall must lick his chops when Jarman gets the ball.
Oh, undoubtedly. Deer coming off for the Hawks. And coming on is Tim Allen.
Probably for that bad turnover on the other side. Peter Knight's dragging him. So Dunstall for his third, pretty acute angle, runs out slightly. Goes at goal and kicks it.
Tani Ruckle returns to Canada to win gold for Australia. Her story tomorrow on Sports World.
So Lawrence and Ashenko, they both went early. Except Paul Cooper, they got in at the... Yeah, Paul Cooper in at the centre bounce. Probably a good move by Peter Knights because he's a pretty tough player.
Well, look at the setup on the North Melbourne forward line. They've got 3 players in a line from the full forward to the centre half forward to McKernan, who's in the square, the centre square.
Well,
no flankers or forward pockets.
And Hawthorn actually doing all right in those positions. There's Gowers getting at the Crawford. Well played by Fairley, used his body beautifully, then got onto the left boot and kicks it to the wide open spaces. Anthony Stevens can't get there and it rolls over the line on centre wing.
So 4 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. Hawthorn got to within 3 points in the second quarter. But North have led all day here at Waverley. Earlier in the season, of course, they won by 127 points under lights at the MCG. Schwass kick rebounds off a few players and taken out of bounds by Bunn.
So at that stage, North Melbourne was on top of the ladder after that win, and the Hawks right down on the bottom. It's the worst loss they'd suffered in 25 years of football.
Ishenko almost found Platt. Flipped out the front. Allen. A good mark by Hargraves in front of Ross Smith. He's kicked 2 goals. Archer, good punch away from Allen. Laidley. Plenty of time. Got a badly directed kick straight to Hargraves, who played on. So a bad turnover again from Hawthorn's point of view. Stevens has kicked it out of bounds on the full. Wrestle behind play.
He's a tough little player, but that was silly play on that because he had the easy mark. Now here's Tallis.
You just get the feeling the Hawks are just getting on top here.
Yes, they've lifted, but if they can get the lead, they haven't led. And if they can take this lead, it'll make an enormous difference to them. Or King went for the punch when he probably should have marked. Here's Platten.
Coming into the game, Peter, too.
Right, on the button. To half forward is a chance for a mark. He's taken it to Paul Cooper, who he committed himself. He's a courageous player, Cooper.
That could be 50 metres. That should be 50.
And the Hawthorn players saying that should be 50. The umpire saying no, that he was taken through by his opponent.
I don't think he followed his man through.
Let's see what happens here.
This is a courageous mark by Cooper.
Let's see if it should have been 50. I can't see. But here's Cooper from 50. It's not a long kick normally. He kicks that one fairly well. Just a little bit to the right. And 1 point only. So the Hawks still can't snatch the lead.
Tallis off for Hawthorn.
56.
Sorry, Peter. Tallis off for Hawthorn and Pritchard on for his first run.
He's been a little bit down on form, Darren Pritchard. Twice third in their best and fairest. He played in 3 premiership sides, so he'll be itching to get into the action here this afternoon. But North defending that lead, which they've had all day. Kick up towards Carey, who takes the mark in front of Langford. North Melbourne captain directing things like a traffic cop at right centre wing. Bobs it to the 50-metre line. Marking contest down there. Nobody can take it. McGuinness got underneath it. Allison applies a tackle. Could have given away a free kick, so could have rocked. The ball's underneath, though. Is it holding? No, says the umpire. It's going to be a bounce at the centre half forward position for the Roos. Under 3 minutes left before three-quarter time as Jose Romero comes back onto the ground, and I think it was Ishenko that went off.
Correct.
So it's Lawrence.
John Longmire playing with their confidence at full forward.
With McKernan.
Dirty day for Longmire.
Lawrence wins it. Pritchard for his first touch. I said he'd be keen to get into it. He gets it out to Platten. The Rats kick up towards the edge of the centre square. Hargraves. Gee, he looks like Crawford, doesn't he? Oh, kicks it straight into King.
Terrific
play from David King.
Late.
Great smother. Back to Romero, who I said has just come back onto the ground. So a costly turnover, or it could be a costly turnover for North Melbourne. Lawrence, Carey, Collins gets sandwiched. Ball out the front. Hawthorn with the numbers. Cooper again. Good defensive, educated kick to the boundary line.
Good defensive work there by Paul Cooper after having a shot at the other end of the ground a couple of minutes ago.
Young Hargraves just got to learn when to kick the ball. He waited too long till the man came in towards him. He should have kicked it straight away. He had a loose man back up there at half forward.
It's a good smother by King, though.
Oh, he kicked in the wing.
Okay.
Here's now Stevens caught, and the umpire said it was held to him. So at least they're consistent on that. Coming off is Hargraves, and I think that's because of that skill error I was talking about, Bernie.
I still think it's a tough coaching decision to do that to this boy. I think he's been excellent in this quarter. One mistake, I don't think you should drag them because of one mistake.
Well, he's fair point. He's a real little goer. Here's another goer. Crawford. Bring it around the boundary line. Jarman and Taylor. Gee, they're working hard now. Gee, if they can get a good game out of Pritchard here to make a big difference. Here's Graham going down the ground. Oh, slipping over Jarman. You don't often see that. Graham went without it. Still fumbling. Now he's got it. Mark Graham onto the left boot. He's looking to Dunstall. Oh, free kick, Dunstall.
Oh, what a mark.
What a mark. Free kick and mark.
Sensational, wasn't it, Jason Dunstall?
Well, if he kicks this, you wouldn't believe it. Hawthorn go to the lead.
Body on body. Two of the strongest men in the AFL. Michael Martin, rough and tough at fullback. Look at the way he put his... Michael Martin complaining that he was holding his right arm. There he is.
Actually, it was fairly similar to the one down the other end with Longmire early in the game.
Let those go, body on body.
Yes.
Two strong players.
Well, here's Dunstall. Goal number 4, and for the lead for Hawthorn. Dunstall kicks. Hawks in front. Peter Knights looks on. John Howard, the head trainer, gives Jason Dunstall a drink. 2 points the margin.
There's 4 goals now for Jason Dunstall. 3 coming this third quarter. The very vital third quarter. 80 goals for the season now to Jason Dunstall. That is a great mark. And I tell you what, there's not too many better full forwards. He stood the test of time, Jason Dunstall, and has been a magnificent player.
3 goals to Dunstall in the third quarter. Hawthorn in front for the first time today. For how long? Blakey gives away the quick hand pass. North through Clarkson. Longmire leads out and takes the mark, so they can regain it. He'll go back and take his kick. The siren due to go any second, so North could regain the lead at three-quarter time. This will be the last kick of the third quarter.
Only the third mark to John Longmire.
There's the siren. Longmire kicks and Longmire goals. So North in front at three-quarter time.
So North by 4 points at the last change after the Hawks briefly hit the front just before. Now we go to the final quarter from the opening bounce, set for a thriller.
The final quarter from Waverley. North Melbourne regaining the lead just on the three-quarter time siren when John Longmire kicked his first goal for the day. Been a terrific game of football right throughout the afternoon here at the park. Schwass, who had a quiet third quarter, onto Crocker. Gang tackled by 3 Hawthorn players. Hudson tries to tap it to the advantage of his teammate in Jarman, or Pritchard, was it? Then it comes to half forward. North Melbourne's defence has been rock-like this afternoon. They really manned up very, very well.
He was thinking about going on there, Schwass. Wisely didn't.
Wayne Schwass from left centre wing. Hawthorn only been in front once in the match, and that was late in the third quarter. It was only for about 15 seconds. Allison kicked 5 last week. He's got 1 today. Clarkson goes at goal. One-on-one duel. Longmire with strength. Blakey's there. Can he kick his second? Yes, he can. It looks good. The umpire says it's a goal. So John Blakey, a defender, drifting down for the second time today to kick a goal, and North kick clear yet again at Waverley. The scoreboard shows the Roos now in front.
Well, John Blakey had only kicked 1 goal, 2 before today. He now has 3 goals, 2 coming this afternoon. Longmire could have actually, I thought, marked that. He did all the body work and kept McGuinness out of it, then didn't put his hands out. But it didn't matter anyway in the end with Johnny Blakey mopping up and kicking that very important goal for North Melbourne.
Vital goal to start the final term to North Melbourne. Here's Platten. Loses the ball. Ramiro ducks the head. Caught. That could be holding the ball. Kicked away by Pritchard to the half-forward line. They're racing after it. Hudson. Oh, he's flattened by his own mate. Tim Allen ran through him, his own teammate. Oh, that's not good play.
The Hawks didn't need that either.
No, Craig Scholl finds Ramiro. He's on centre wing. And he's still down Hudson. Ramiro in towards half forward. Up they go. Longmire. No mark. Desperate play by Rock. Still going on with it, Rock. Could have been a free kick. Carey goes back to Rock. He's a tough little cookie. In front of goal. Mark taken by Longmire. And North are going to get another one.
Well, this is a certain goal to the Kangaroos.
3 unanswered goals.
There's Hudson looking pretty groggy. No, he wasn't hit by his own man. He ran into a North Melbourne player.
Well, there's the kick.
And that was Archer.
From Longmire. Goal.
The big fish joins the fishermen. I'm Rex Hunter, and you're not. Noon tomorrow on 7.
3 3 unanswered goals by North Melbourne. Here's Dipper on the boundary.
Unfortunately for Paul Hudson, really looks out of it, Pete. He was certainly knocked about then.
Yes, here's the incident with a real solid hip and shoulder there by Glenn Archer.
16 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. Hawthorn has to do something here or the game is lost. Jarman, Allen and Archer. And Archer will be more than content to try to get it over. He couldn't. Allen flips it up to Allen. That's Tim to Ben. And now it's out of bounds. Had a good third quarter, Ben Allen. Needs something to happen here, Hawthorn. McKernan, too tall for Taylor. Tim Allen, bad hand pass, goes straight to Fairley. Kicks across his body. And good mark taken by Darren Crocker, low to the ground.
Fairley's been very good at centre half back.
Very solid. Jose. In front of Cooper, takes the mark. Obviously been working on the beard in the last few days. Langford, bustled out of it by Carey. No one there for North Melbourne. Collins to Jarman. Calling forward as Lawrence at midfield. Goes round the flanks. Again, North Melbourne's defence doing well. Gowers has kicked 2 goals for the Hawks into a nest of North Melbourne players. Ramiro again up towards the centre wing position. Good tackle by Carey on Jarman, who is held but not in possession. He'll take the free kick.
He played for that free kick, Jarman. Put it out in front of him. Strange to be playing in the loose man in defence, as you said earlier, Peter McKenna. There he is, just flipping it out in front. Carey, not quite sure where the ball was committed to the tackle.
Steve Lawrence in the centre of the ground. It's a high floating kick to the half-forward line. They need Taylor to take some marks. He can't do so. He's been well held, well smothered by little Crawford as they pounce in on top of it, halfway between centre of the ground and half-forward for the Hawks. But they were hit hard in this first 5 minutes with those couple of goals to North. Have to bounce back here, Hawthorn, or this game could be lost very, very easily. The way it's gone all day, though, they'll probably come back, Hawthorn here. There's Taylor. He should be trying to knock it on. Here's King, socking it off the ground, still going on with it. Crawford goes in and the umpire bounce. It's about 70 metres out from the Hawthorn goal. They've got 2 down there on Dunstall. One man, Ross Smith, about 20 metres in front of Dunstall, just filling up that hole and making it, not giving him the space to lead. Lawrence versus McKernan. Lawrence won it with the left hand, taken by Clarkson. Clarkson way out toward the boundary line. There should be some shepherding here to allow Gowers. Yes, good shepherding. That was by Graham. Gowers to the half-forward line. Oh, almost a mark. A good mark to Cooper. Paul Cooper. He's way out at half-forward. He should be going direct. He brings it into half-forward. That's an ordinary kick.
Oh, what a mark by Carey.
It was a shocking kick straight to Carey. On to Smith. Collins bustled out of it by Allison. Allison racing around the boundary line. He slips over, so it's a loose ball.
A lot of players have done that today. Now Langford. From the square, kicks inside 50. Dunstall, yes! No mark. Mickey Martin does the tidying up work. Through he goes. Ben Crash Wallop. Still he goes, Martin. Terrific stuff from the North Melbourne fullback. On to King. King from midfield. Kicks to half forward. Hawthorn with the numbers. Graham should be able to pick it up in front of Brock. Gets it out to Tallis. Gets around him. Nice sidestep. Looks for and finds Paul Deere. Will he give it back to him? He does. Tallis from right half back. Over the head of Crawford. Half volley for Gowers. Another player slipping over. Gowers tries to break the tackle.
Free kick.
Which he does. And on the shoulder, says the umpire.
Well, no one knows what it's for. The player's looking at...
Count me in there.
What happened to the advantage there?
Well, there's no need to stop the play, was there?
Well, Hawthorn had control of the ball.
Exactly. Deere's back on the ground. He's replaced Taylor again.
So Peter Knight's having trouble in that area. Alistair Clarkson. Tallis had 2 hands on it. Carey. Longmire will mark.
Oh, that could be 50.
50.
Well, I thought there was a bit in that too, Peter. He certainly took him to the ground. He gave him, I thought, a little bit of unnecessary attention there, Scott McGuinness. Very good kick, placed well out in front of Longmire. He takes a chest mark. And McGuinness into him, rides him into the ground, gives him a bit.
Come on, Bernie, you've got to make some attempt to put pressure on.
Well, there was a clear mark. He got there late and rode him into the ground.
Well, do you stand there and let him mark it?
It was too late. He'd marked it.
John Longmire was goalless until just before three-quarter time. This will be his third if he's accurate, and he is. North Melbourne looking pretty good. So 4 unanswered goals to North Melbourne, and those two decide to go on with it. 58 to 80 now, so 22 points the difference.
Now, what's going on? It's another North Melbourne. Oh, well. Well, that will, I would say, break the back of the Hawthorn challenge. I think it looks like going to Anthony Rock.
Allison is going to get a free kick without the ball being bounced, and this will seal the game.
Now, a little bit happened after that Longmire kick at goal. There's some remonstrating between McGuinness, Longmire, a group of players. The umpire came in and obviously saw the infringement there.
Well, I have not seen this in 20 years of AFL football.
I've never seen it. So Brett Allison can seal the game in a most controversial manner, but he may have missed. He has. Still controversial nonetheless, and Hawthorn need 4 goals to take back the lead, and the way the game is progressing, you would suggest that's a tall order.
It's going to be tough for the Hawks to get back from here.
Scott McGuinness, the half-back line. They need someone to spark them. Graham has been a very good player. Got to get it out in the open and run. Here's Cooper. He's got to improve his kicking, Paul Cooper. He's a good gutsy player, but he doesn't use the ball all that well at times. Here's Langford. Oh, he's dropped it. Got to go on with it here, Langford. Knocked away. It's still a chance for the Hawks. Graham caught high. Umpire calls the advantage. Oh, Chris Langford might kick a goal. 60 metres from goal. The captain kicks off the side of the boot and straight to Ross Smith.
He's been a terrific defender for North this afternoon.
So is this man, Ian Fairley at centre-half back.
Former leading goal kicker at North Melbourne. Topped the list with 28 goals. Lawrence's hand pass. Graham. Cooper. Platten. Back to Budd. From a standing start at half forward. Again, North with the numbers. Terrific Mark Archer. The man who KO'd Paul Hudson.
Very solid defence, North Melbourne.
Smith, speaking of solid, Laidley, he's been good. Rock and Gowers. Allen needs to pick it up just inside the boundary line, which he does, over the head of Scholl. North with the numbers. Archer missed it. Might have hit the sun in his eyes. Smith. Pritchard. Holding 3 premiership sides for the Hawks. Ben Allen. At the back was Allen. That's Tim Allen, but it's Platt with a shot at goal, and Martin. Terrific defence by the big bruiser. And a great duel down there on Jason Dunstall with assistance from Ross Smith. 9-5 to 12-9. Still effectively 4 goals.
So Ross Smith, they really have got a good, tough side, North Melbourne. They're definite premiership material. Ian Fairley looks a lot fitter. Gets it further field to Laidley. Oh, almost a mark to Gowers. Not paid. Taken by Clarkson. Clarkson to the half-forward line. Langford and Carey's been a good battle. And over the line it goes. But Langford stuck to his task pretty well.
Now, Carey's stats pretty good, though, Peter. 7 marks, 12 kicks, 7 handballs.
Well, you cannot keep him out of the game. Carey's a champion, but Langford
Got a goal in the second half, though, has he?
Tim Allen coming off for the Hawks.
No, he's
half-forward, as you said earlier, has been a really problem area for Hawthorn.
Allen, the half-forward, and he finds Hargrave. Now, he's got to kick it. Oh, why did they go wide? Dunstall was on his own. Now they've got him manned up. That is shocking play by Hawthorn. Now, young Hargrave's got to learn when he gets it to get it down to Dunstall quickly. Here's Schwass. Finds Archer. Archer. And the umpire said holding the man. Free kick to Archer. But if Hargraves had to turn round a moment ago, Dunstall was one out in the square, Bernie.
It's been a couple of occasions, Peter. There's this experience, I suppose, it'll come.
Halfway through the last quarter. Well, it won't be a 127-point thrasher like it was earlier, but North looking good to make it 2 in a row this year against the Hawks. Ramiro. Longmire, who who started to exert a bit of influence up there on the forward line. Hadn't kicked a goal until just before three-quarter time, but he's got on top of Scotty McGuinness. Andy Collins misses what he should have taken. Clarkson taken down. Allison still a chance. Great tackle. He's lost it as well. Umpire's going to play a free kick, but the advantage is there. Now Taylor. Not Taylor, it was Graham. Pritchard. McGuinness. Back to McGuinness. Gowers. Good mark. Crawford. Inside the square. Dunstall has got to beat two. Martin and Archer. No support there for him. Bunn finally, but Crocker's there. So too is Fairley. Great defence from North. King. They've manned up superbly all day. And as Pagan done his homework well. Schwartz. Quiet in the third quarter. He's come back into it again in the last. Now he hits the boundary umpire. It scoots over the line next to him for a throw in on centre wing.
Well, Hawthorn had their chance. Just before three-quarter time, they hit the front and they were playing all over North, but gee, the North are a good side.
Yeah, about 15 minutes they looked good, didn't they, Hawthorn?
They really did. They dominated play in the third term and that last 15 minutes, and then this quarter it's been all North Melbourne. That'll be a bounce, I would think.
It's McDonald who came on the ground to replace Tim Allen. They've been a little bit fortunate, I would think, there, Peter.
There's Tim Allen. I don't know where his future is going to be. He's come onto the ground. He just hasn't given Hawthorn the spark they needed across half forward.
Very poor across half forward today, Hawthorn.
Now, Cooper did the ruck work. King, he's been a good player. Around the boundary line he goes and he puts it over. Time clock ticking down. Getting towards the 8.5 minutes to go, and North have held firm. They've crowded Dunstall down there. I don't think the Hawthorn players have helped Dunstall.
He's been a good pill, although the North Melbourne players have got back and really filled the gaps, haven't they? They've made it hard for Jason Dunstall to lead. He's had no area to lead into.
McKernan off the side of the boot. Crawford, that's a good mark. They needed two quick goals to really get something going here, Hawthorn. There's the kick. He was looking for Pritchard. That's an ordinary kick. And the pressure on Blakey. Blakey soccers it off the ground. And Longmire takes it over. He'd be quite happy with that.
He's been moved out from...
holding the ball, but the ball was over the line when he tackled him.
You work out these umpires, Pete.
It's unbelievable. Well, I thought if the ball was over the line, it can't be holding the ball. Here's Fairley.
I would think if you tackled inside the line or outside the line would make the difference.
Well, here's Rock. Around the boundary line he goes. Who's waiting underneath it? It's Johnny Longmire.
He's been moved out from full forward, Longmire. Allison now playing at full forward for North Melbourne.
Jose Romero from right half forward. Collins. Allison cannoned into him, and Allison's in a bit of trouble behind the play too. Cooper. Pass to Crawford. That was a Darren Crocker. Still he goes, Crawford. And they'll finally get clear, Hawthorn. Or give it up. By McDonald.
Goodness.
Hargraves. Gowers, good mark in front of Archer. Kicked a couple of goals, Andy Gowers. Looks for Dunstall. Martin pressuring him into his back. Hawthorn crowd says, no, says the umpire. Throw in left half forward. Let's see what happened to Allison.
I think he copped an elbow there with Collins throwing out the arm before the ball arrived.
He ran into it.
And he ran right into it.
Deer up high. Flat reels out the front of the pack. A couple of straw players there. McKernan's one. I think the Rat might be the other. So the Hawks down to Melbourne last week. They looked like going down here, and they face Carlton next week, so it's crunch time for them. 3 games earlier in the year that they all lost. Fairley, who's been excellent across half-back. Blakey, who's kicked 2 goals.
Good bump there by Hargraves.
Good hip and shoulder, but the kick was badly directed and marked by Dean Laidley at right half-back.
Laidley steadying an experienced player, Dean Laidley. He knows North pretty well got this game wrapped up. If they can just hold the forward a bit. There's Langford, the big punch away to Platten. Oh, Platten's kicked it straight back to Laidley, who says, thank you very much. Laidley around centre wing area. Jarman sets himself at the back. He's got Langford. Langford chips it across. That's a good kick. He finds Cooper. Now let's see if he improves his kicking, Paul Cooper. Oh, once again, he doesn't kick to a man. King.
He's been terrific, Peter.
He's been an excellent player. Longmire. Swass. Here go North again. Swass breaks the tackle onto the right boot. Chips it into Ramiro. Ramiro will swing around here. Gets onto the left boot, Jose Ramiro, and hooks it. Goal!
This match is part of the Fosters 1994 AFL Premiership season.
Terrific last quarter by North. They kicked 6 goals to a point and finished up winning 15-9, 99 to 9 goals, 5-59. Dunstall kicked 4 goals for Hawthorn and Longmire, leading goal scorer for North, with 3. Our next match for replay is at the Western Oval, and Collingwood and Tony Shaw's big day against Footscray after the break.
Jason Dunstall and Mark Bickley, our special guests on the Sports World Footy panel, tomorrow at 11.